and secondarily the Jewish Bible. We are primarily the Talmud. Now, that in one sentence, like I said, embodies all of Prager's nonsense. He has no idea what Judaism is, and he must be ignored when he speaks on behalf of Judaism. He speaks ignorance and heresy. And yes, it is heresy to look at Judaism as if it's a biblical religion and to say this is what God wrote is this Bible, and we, can interpret what that is. That is not Judaism. Judaism is that God spoke at Mount Sinai, the oral Torah. That is what we follow. One of the mitzvahs, of the 613 mitzvahs that he said at Mount Sinai, is to write this Sefer Torah, this written Torah, and he instructed us how to do it letter by letter. That which we write is a lessons book, and that's very nice. But Judaism, the core of Judaism, is the Talmud, is the oral tradition. And if we never wrote the written down, we would have 612 mitzvahs, but we would have something that looks exactly like Judaism. We just wouldn't have written anything down. But if all we have is the written, we have a religion that doesn't even remotely look like Judaism. Because Judaism is not based on the Bible. That's very important. That is the backbone of the difference between Judaism and Pragerism. And so long as you keep quoting Pragerism and keep with that attitude, you're always going to be not following Judaism in your core belief. Now, I just wanted to bring that out. Okay, and the last thing, any comments on that? Any retorts? No, because you're not an advocate. I don't take advocacy. I'm just a journalist.
I'm just a journalist.
You're just a journalist who happened to, anytime somebody says that somebody's Jewish, he writes, Jew! You don't even bother to... I have problems with that with you because of two reasons. One, as a journalist, you should always try to get the facts. Have them prove. When someone says they're Jewish, you automatically just accept their word for it?
Well, I understand there are many different understandings of what is a Jew. There is traditional Jewish law has one perspective, and then individuals and say Reform Judaism has another perspective, and conservative Judaism sides with Orthodox Judaism in its definition of who is a Jew. So, but even within the traditional Jewish community, there have been gradations, so that they'd be willing to make compromises to bring people who just have a Jewish father and a non-Jewish mother to make some compromises to try to bring them closer and to integrate them into the Jewish community and provide them a path to full status as a Jew. So,
but you give them full status before we even get to that part.
I just report the news. So this congressman, widely reported as Jewish.
Congresswoman
or congressman. She's still a congressman.
Huh?
Still a congressman.
She's a congressperson, maybe. She's not a man.
Man is generic in this case.
Okay, according to you it is.
According to the traditional understanding of the English language.
Oh, you're going to go highbrow on
So
us.
this woman identifies as Jewish. She belongs to a Reformed temple, which considers her Jewish. And to much of the Jewish people who know about her and know about her identification, they accept her as Jewish. According to Jewish law, she is not Jewish. So I simply report the differing perspectives.
I'm very black and white. If your mother is a Jew, then you're a Jew.
Yeah.
If your mother's not a Jew, then you're not. You're a goy. It's that simple. It's very black and white. There's not, oh, well, these kind of people and those kind of people and this person says this and that person says... She's a goy. She's a goy. She's a wannabe Jew. She's pretending to be Jewish. However you want to explain it. But she's not a Jew.
Well, according to Hitler, she's a Jew.
So we're going to allow Hitler to decide for us, instead throw away the Torah's definition and embrace Hitler's definition?
I'm not embracing throwing away anyone's definition. I'm just pointing out that she would have been put to death in the Holocaust.
Okay, great.
For being
that doesn't
Jewish,
make you a Jew.
It
just makes you unlucky. But it doesn't make you a Jew.
It means that she would have partaken in the Jewish people's suffering.
I feel like I'm talking to a Reform rabbi again. oh, how can you say such a thing? She would have been put, trying to come in with the emotional factor, right? Because they can't argue facts, so they try to get you with emotions. Oh, what's wrong with you? You closed-minded. You're mean. Shame.
I didn't say anything about you being mean or wrong or shame or anything. I'm just pointing out why.
I like your new screen, by the way.
Yeah, it's the
That's
best $200 I've ever spent.
really 200.
170 before tax and
Smackers.
recycling fee. But yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Oh, I like
It
it.
just really enhances my life. Last week I lost my 17-inch monitor that served me faithfully for about 10 years. And now this is great. It's 23 inches and it just looks so much better. It just makes me more productive. It just makes me happy. I mean, it's just amazing to watch Torah talks on a screen like this. It's just built for watching Torah talks. And there we are on the cam.
All right, now the next thing I want to talk about, and then we'll get into the Parsha if you want.
Okay.
One last thing. I wanted to talk about, and I thought about it after our last show, and I saw some of your stuff on your blog since in the last week. That's right on topic. It's about bullies and cowards.
Okay.
And I found it interesting because we had a little bit of a talk about cowards and bullies last week. And then you talked about you blogged about a couple of things. One was you said, oh, the wussification of America.
I didn't say the wussification. So Governor Ed Rendell talked about the wussification
But you
of America.
blogged it.
And Dennis Prager spoke about the wussification.
Oh, so there you go.
I made no comment.
You made no comment.
No comment.
And you didn't say, if whatever, that we're no...
I said nothing. I just reported what other people had to say. I'm neutral.
You're neutral. Okay.
But go ahead, roll with it. I put it on my blog, so I made the decision to put it on my blog, so in a sense I'm publishing that.
Okay. So it looked like you were coming out and making a big attack against people who you considered cowardly. And then later in the week you talked about how, oh my God, I'm going to walk down to Asia Torah. I haven't been there in 12 years, and they don't really like me, and you were all scared about going. And you called yourself a coward. And I thought, oh my God, that's so funny. Because 2 days earlier you were criticizing other people for being cowards, and now you yourself are calling yourself one. So like it takes one to know one kind of a thing, right? So I want to present this. I don't think there can be a bigger coward. No, I say there's two levels of cowards. There's the kind of coward that you think you are, because you don't want to have to go to somebody in person and deal with them, but you're content to get behind a computer and trash them all. You just don't want to have to face them face to face.
Yeah.
So if you hide behind...
I don't like to go into their place and face them.
Okay.
I'm happy to meet them on neutral turf.
Oh, you would be okay meeting them on neutral turf?
Yeah.
In your book, you seem to be okay doing that with these not so honorable people that you dealt with. You seem to gut up. You seem to man up and go to their neutral turf.
Yeah, and I still went to Asia Torah even though I didn't feel like it.
I thought that was a gutsy move to actually go in there. I would not have gone in there, period. Right? That's me. I would not have gone in. Like, if I smack somebody around really hard, I want them to come and work it out with me before I go in there. Right? And I smack Aish hard, right? Why would I go in there?
Yeah.
Like, why would I go into Chabad or Aish, right? I've chosen to cut them off.
Right.
And I've burned those bridges. I don't care. I don't have anything to do with them, right?
Right.
What am I saying?
So you're giving me credit for stepping forward.
Yeah, but the kind of cowardice that you have is the kind of cowardice that sends people in the safety of their own house on their own keyboard, and they get on the internet and they can have their own blog name. I'm Luke Ford, and I'm going to tell you what I think, and I'm going to be a big deal on the internet, and I got what to say, and look out for me, blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
What's the score? Are we doing? That's one level, but at least we know who you are, right? But then there's a whole other level that the internet provides. The internet provides you that ability, right? You can have Luke Ford, you can sit behind your desk. 50 years ago, if you were born, you couldn't do that. You would have to write a book and have somebody read your shit, right? Nobody's going to read your shit, right? They don't know who you are, but they see you on the internet. Oh, look, there he is. By the way, what's with the smoking of the cigar or the cigarette?
Oh, went out to meet this rabbi who had written a lot of